30 years ago, the invasive lionfish slipped into the Caribbean and dominated the reefs. With no native predators, they devoured juvenile reef fish and multiplied rapidly. Nothing could stop them. To fight back, we speared lionfish aggressively and over time deliberately fed them to sharks and groupers, hoping these native predators would learn to see the lionfish as a regular food source. But over the years, these predators began associating divers with an easy meal, changing their behavior on the reef. I documented the same dive sites in Belize, first in 2016 as the invasion was surging, and again in 2022 after 6 years of control efforts. I'll show you the clear differences between those years and give you an update on what we're facing today. How did life on the reef and the behavior of sharks and groupers change over time? The results are pretty eye-opening. The lionfish is undeniably stunning. Venomous spines, bold warning stripes, dramatic fins, everything about them says, "Don't eat me." The venom is in the tip of the spines. There are 18 in total, 13 on the dorsal fin, 3 on the anal fin, and 1 on the pelvic fin on both sides. These are the areas you want to avoid. If you ever approach a lionfish underwater, it'll always turn its back and flare out its fins. This is a warning. It's a clear signal that it should not be messed with. It's also because predators will not eat the lionfish tail first, only head first to avoid the venomous spines. Keep this in mind because this behavior will become important when we look at how the sharks and groupers eventually learn to hunt the lionfish. The lionfish is eating young native fish and nothing is eating the lionfish. This threatens the balance of coral ecosystems. One lionfish on a reef can wipe out up to 79% of the young native fish in just a few weeks. With no natural enemies in the Caribbean, the lionfish can multiply rapidly, dominate the reefs, maybe even become the only fish left. The challenge was clear. How do you stop a fish that nothing wants to eat? The solution? Try teaching native predators like sharks and groupers, species that have never encountered lionfish, to identify them as food. In 2017, I had the opportunity to board the Oceans for Youth research vessel in Jardines de la Reina, Cuba, to speak with Dr. Fabian Pina Armargos about his pioneering work on this exact topic. He was focused on saving Jardines de la Reina, the Gardens of the Queen. Gardens of the Queen is one of the most preserved ecosystems in the entire Caribbean. It's incredible. It was named by Christopher Columbus to honor the Queen of Spain, and for several decades this entire area was Fidel Castro's private reef. Nobody was allowed to be in this area or take anything from this area for almost 50 years. Because of this, the Gardens of the Queen today is considered to be in the same condition as when it was first discovered by Christopher Columbus. It's a healthy system, and we all want to keep it that way. Fidel might have been able to keep people out of the reef, but nobody could have stopped the invasive lionfish.
At the beginning of the invasion, we have similar situation in every other place in the Caribbean. We have almost, you can spot like 23 or 30, 40 lionfish. Now you see 1, 2, 3, which is like those numbers.
You were talking about the lionfish population is less here than anywhere else?
Yeah, it's like it's 200% less than the numbers that were here like 5 years ago. It's 150% less than in the average in Cuba and 100% less than the average in the Caribbean.
That's incredible.
Why the lionfish have been controlled is because the operation, the company just use resources, the boat resources, human resources and others for killing the lionfish. But after that, the species, mostly the groupers and the sharks, learn that the lionfish is good eating as a prey. We have record of naso groupers and Caribbean reef shark eating lionfish. And then after the control by the humans, the numbers have been kept in that way.
So if you teach the grouper and the shark to eat the lionfish, it will help control the populations and then create balance to the ecosystem.
Yeah, that's the way. So
That's
they
great.
have been shown here.
Yeah. In the beginning years, sharks and groupers did not associate lionfish as a food source. We had to spear the lionfish and show them the lionfish to get them to eat it. You cannot feed lionfish to sharks off a spear anymore. It's now widely discouraged and often illegal due to the safety risks and danger of creating aggressive behavior in the sharks. A lot of times back then, it was hard to get a shark to eat the lionfish. I mean, we even kind of joked about it. You couldn't do this today. There's no way. A shark would eat that lionfish within seconds. And look at this grouper. It doesn't identify the lionfish as food. It's not interested in it at all. The behavior is completely different from the groupers today. Once the sharks and groupers recognized the lionfish as food, the next step was to place a speared lionfish into the reef to teach them to hunt and look for the lionfish. Feeding the predators off a pole promotes habituation. The predators will start associating divers with food and will expect a free handout when they see the divers. You can see the shark's a little bit confused. Right there, it's attacking my lights, my video lights. It sees the white light and it thinks it's the lionfish. But as it circles around, it identifies where the fish is and swims off. And it needs to be head first so you can see the shark is fighting with the fish to maneuver around so it goes down head first. In Cuba, the dive masters warned us against waving to other divers. Your hand can look like a lionfish. The sharks knew we had food and are looking for something that looks like food. Even a flash on a strobe light can be confusing. Watch this. Here's a shark getting confused and going straight for the flash on a diver's camera setup. Most of the larger predators like grouper and sharks can handle the venom, but here we have a younger grouper and a queen triggerfish that are both interested in the lionfish. But watch what the grouper does. Spits it out. It probably got a taste of the spines, the venom in the spines. Didn't like it and spit it out. The queen triggerfish was still interested, so the dive master stabbed the dead lionfish and fed it to the triggerfish. Watch this. This is great. The triggerfish rips into this lionfish like it was getting some kind of revenge for the reef. This is a queen triggerfish. There are many different kinds of triggerfish, and triggerfish are known for being aggressive fish on a reef. A lot of divers have reported being bitten or attacked or harassed by a triggerfish. So the sharks and the groupers can help control the population of lionfish on the reefs, but what about the mangroves? There are miles of mangroves in the gardens of the Queen, and they provide a nursery for the reef fish. No sharks and groupers are here to eat the lionfish, and it would be impossible to navigate this briar patch to spear them. It's a free-for-all, all-you-can-eat buffet for the lionfish, and the only predator in these mangroves is the American crocodile, the second largest bite in the animal kingdom. Who wants to teach this how to eat lionfish? These earlier efforts, like Fabian's in Cuba, removed thousands of lionfish and sparked important research on predator-prey dynamics. But as we kept returning to sites over the years, we started seeing shifts in how these predators behaved around divers. That's what my footage from 2016 to 2022 in Belize shows so clearly. By 2022 in Belize, the groupers had taken it to another level. They didn't just associate divers with food, they zeroed in on the diver carrying a spear. The spear means food. So the groupers were racing up to the diver that had the spear, knowing that if they followed the spear led them to a free meal. Look how closely this Nassau grouper is following the diver. And it's focusing 100% on the spear. The grouper knows the lionfish is there, and it knows the spear is going to kill the lionfish. This one's a little bit too small though, buddy. Better luck next time. Now, if we compare this to 2016, just 6 years earlier, the grouper were a little more shy. They seemed to find a little hiding spot in the reef. They didn't race up to us. They seemed very uninterested in us. I mean, watch how this one just kind of backs up. The behavior is completely different. Occasionally we'd have a grouper or two follow along with us, maybe see what we're doing, kind of friendly. Maybe they knew we were killing some lionfish at that time, but for the most part, they really seemed uninterested in us. There's a pretty significant difference between just 6 years apart of feeding lionfish to grouper. I mean, on the left, you can see the behavior of the grouper is not as interested in us as they were just 6 years later in 2022. The dive masters were telling us that sometimes the grouper even show us where the lionfish is hiding. They'll actually point it out. I watched as we were going through this swim through. A swim through is kind of like a little tunnel through the reef. You could go through one side to the other. It's full of these silver sides. And there's also a grouper in here, and the grouper points right towards the lionfish. The grouper's showing me where the lionfish is. It wants me to kill it so they can eat it. This is in a swim through where there's tons of fish to eat. The tarpon love these silver sides. At nighttime, the silver sides are attracted to your light, so the tarpon will follow you. It's another form of habituation where the tarpon have learned that the divers with the light provide them food at night. So what do you think of this? Is this a bad thing or a good thing? It does make for a fantastic dive experience. Swimming alongside of them at night is something that you will always remember. So the grouper are showing us where the lionfish are, and they know that the spear means food. And watch how quickly the grouper takes this fish off the spear. So watch how this grouper reacts with this lionfish. It seems to have some problems with it. It maybe doesn't know it has it by the head or the tail, and it's feeling these spines. So what it's going to do is it's going to spit it out. And as soon as it spits it out, you can see the lionfish is still turning its back on the predator, knowing that this is its best defensive position. Remember how we talked about that earlier? Now let's watch a lionfish kill 6 years earlier. Notice how small this spear is. And there's not a grouper or shark in sight anywhere. The length of the spear is a dead giveaway. On the right, the long spear is because of the sharks. As soon as you spear lionfish, the sharks could eat it off the end of the spear, so you need a longer spear for safety. The spear on the left is too short. There's no way you could use that today. It's too dangerous. It's dangerous with the sharks. And watch this. The dive master took the lionfish off the end of the spear and held it in his hand. There's no way you could do that today. A shark or grouper would eat that from your hand and probably just rip your hand up. And what a difference 6 years made of feeding lionfish to sharks and groupers. The sharks in 2022 knew exactly what divers meant. Food. They'd come in real close, seeing if we were spearing lionfish and handing them out. They kept circling around, kept an eye on us, passed back and forth several times. They were waiting for a free handout. It was actually kind of fun to get that close to sharks. All the divers love these close encounters. We all got some great video and some amazing photos. It was a real fun dive. Back in 2016, not a shark in sight. During an entire week of diving, approximately 25 hours underwater, and we only saw one shark. And look at the difference in behavior. Notice the distance between the shark and the divers, and the shark has no interest in us at all. It swam away and we never saw it again. So here's where it gets really interesting, and I want to hear what you think in the comments. On one side, experts and conservation groups often say never feed wild animals. The big worry is habituation. Sharks, groupers, even eels start linking divers with food. That can make them bolder, follow closer, and raise the chance of accidental nips or tense moments. In tense moments like this eel, watch this eel. This is not normal behavior. Eels just don't come at you like this. This eel was definitely fed over and over again lionfish. There are real reports from lionfish hunts across the Caribbean, including Belize, where nurse sharks, morays, or reef sharks get nippy around spearing activity. Some argue it's unacceptable. It disrupts natural behavior and increases the risk and safety. On the other side, shark tourism keeps sharks alive. As divers, we want to see sharks. Divers pay a good amount of money for shark experiences, like at Becca Lagoon in Fiji, where they've fed sharks for many years. Divers line up to catch a close glimpse of all these sharks. Shark shepherds are there to make sure you're safe and to guide you on this experience. The locals depend on these sharks. Other shark dives use chum in the water to attract the sharks, but they don't feed the sharks. If you're ever in Cabo, Mexico, look up Latitude Encounters. Fernanda is great with sharks. She'll take you out in the water, teach you about the sharks and other wildlife, and if you're feeling brave, you could jump in the water, hold onto a rope, and get a close encounter with a shark. Today in Belize, there's no chumming needed to attract the sharks. Years of killing lionfish in those early feedings mean sharks show up naturally around dive sites. Their behavior shifted, they associate us with opportunity, but the results is more abundant, approachable sharks that makes dives way more exciting. Economically, an alive shark is worth far more to locals through tourism than a dead one from fishing. Shark diving generates hundreds of millions globally and supports thousands of jobs, bringing in local revenue for guides, hotels, and communities in places like Belize, where marine tourism is a huge driver. So, is this habituation a problem we should stop at all costs? Or in some contexts, it's delivering exactly what divers want: more sharks, closer views, safer fun without bait. Has the never feed rule gone too far here? Or are the risks too real? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I'm Todd Cordy, and this is Oceans Unknown.